My Digital Story by Marisa Clark. Since I was a little girl, my parents always used to read to me, and I always loved it. When I got old enough, I used to write my own stories and read them back to other people. When I was in elementary school, I used to read a magazine called Girl's Life that always made me feel bad because I wasn't into fashion and hair like the other girls. I also really got into Magic Treehouse because it was one of the books that my teacher recommended to me, and it gave me a sense of adventure and travel and taking me to new worlds that I never thought I could be a part of until I started reading them. As I grew older, I kind of believed that being smart in reading wasn't really cool, so to be part of the crowd, I sort of lacked off in school. I also started going through hard times at home and with my family and my friends, and I felt secluded, so I stopped reading. But one thing that always made me feel better was opening up a Calvin and Hobbes comic book because they were always so hilarious and they made me laugh even when I was sad. And they seemed to have fun even though Calvin's imaginary friend wasn't even real, yet he still was able to have so much hope and so much fun. As I got towards high school and college, I started to read again, not so much for pleasure, but to maintain my grades in school. But when I was given a Kindle, I also started to read for pleasure again. My personal Kindle is the one piece of technology that brought that back to me. Another thing that brought back my love for reading was the topics of doomsdays and thrillers and mysteries and books about the apocalypse, such as The Road by Cormac McCarthy, which I read for a college English class, which made me realize how much I had given up just because of a little adversity in my life, despite what the characters went through surviving through the end of the world. And I realized that reading wasn't all about just annotating and boring school stuff, and just because I was smart didn't mean that I wasn't cool. And that is how I got for my love of reading and books back, all because I realized how much that it could give you adventure, happiness, laughs, and I want to teach that to my students when I am a future English teacher, that they know that it's not just about getting the grade or answering the questions for the test, but instead all of the knowledge and the joy that reading can bring them in their lives and all the information that it can provide them for a great future for them. And that is my story.